Hello, everyone. I am Tacit, and welcome to the Gems of War campaign. Week 16. Or can't wait. Why do I have it? We're indifferently there. But anyways, campaign 16. Week 2, day 4. So, anyways, today, we got ourselves the assassin class event. Really funny hero class. Just randomly gets insta kills. The most RNG based one in the game. It has a 10% chance to insta kill on Skull, a 7% chance to insta-kill whenever it gets a kill, including the 10% insta-kill, including the 7% insta-kill. So every single one of the insta-kills can also trigger an insta-kill. And it also has 30% dodge, which for whatever reason I'm running poison right now because you don't actually normally tank with it. Well, I guess you kind of do, but you know, if you want a little extra damage. But normally you said it's dodge, or even Death Mark random. If you want even more RNG, another 10% chance to get those kills per turn. So yeah, it's basically the RNG hero class. It's very rarely used because it is so luck based, but when it works well, it works really, really well. I just realized Gems of War is muted right now when I was muting everything earlier. Oh wait, it's not muted. Wait, why is it not picking up on? I'm so confused. Do you guys hear nothing? That's weird. Huh. My Gems of War is not muted, but my streaming thingy isn't picking up on it. That's weird. But yeah, you guys hear nothing, right? If I restart Gems of War? That's weird. I don't think that would fix it, though. Because I can hear it, but you guys can't. I don't know. I'll need to look into that later. I'm pretty sure most of you barely even hear it, and to begin with, I generally have it pretty low. But I guess it's just me talking then. That's so weird. I have it on. That's so weird. What if I turn it all the way up? Nope. That didn't do anything. Yeah, that's kind of strange. I'm not sure why it's doing that. If I do this and then do that. Alright, well, it's not too big a deal. There's just no audio for the game right now, apparently. Anyways, even though I can hear it, which is really weird, but you guys can't. I'm not sure why it's not coming through. Let me double check something. Properties. That wouldn't pick up on it. Yeah, I'll figure it out later. It's not too big a deal. Anyways. I do want to fix it before we record the video tomorrow morning, though. So hopefully I'll have it fixed by then. Actually, what if I change the layout? No, that still didn't fix it. That's weird. I'm not sure why Gems of War doesn't want audio. I can hear it, but you guys can't. Anyways, so let's go to everything else. So, Tower of Doom, we finished yesterday when we were going over all of the 7.2 spoilers because they actually did a little video going over that. We went over it last night's stream. And, yeah, a couple interesting things. They're mostly changing up the UI. However, as far as content, they're basically making dead ends a little bit more rewarding in Underspire, so that's nice. Basically, just extra loot on top of all the loot that Underspire already has. Of course, as we mentioned, Tower of Doom, already completely finished here. So grab all of our loot. Ooh, double glory. Anything else? Just a double minor glory, but I'll take it. I can update the number. Let's see, that's 159. Nice. Getting up there. Anyways, so that's completely finished. We don't need to worry about that, which is nice. We still have Underspire going, of course. Let's start with the class event then. And we are going to be using 2 of the EXP boosters since we kind of been stalling them. So, actually 3? How many do we even have right now? However many we have, we'll probably run them all. Since we've been stalling all the other ones. Or at least most of them anyways. So, let me go grab the team from Monday. The one that we mentioned for Assassin class event. And it is just Marilith spam, because of course it is. That's pretty much how most these days go. You just go color link and you're pretty much just good to go. And that is exactly what we shall do here. Triple Marilith into Black Manacles. Anyways, hello everyone! Hope you guys have been doing well. I have had a headache all day today. I'm not sure what it is with how I slept last night, but gosh, I have not woken up well. And has not gone away. Hello Bill! Hello Yeah! Hello Draco! Hello Chad! Hello Keikolia! Hello Stacy! Hello Supernova! Hello Isabel! Hello Cookie! Hello, hello Sushi Ninja, hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, what can we even do here? I need brown, and green, and red, and purple. Any of those colors. The ruby weapon's pretty good for early class battles. Yeah, it'll work out pretty good. Especially if you have a good way of mana accumulating it. I'd be concerned with it without a mana accumulator. On a day like this, when we actually have a proper mana accumulator, yeah, we could get away with it. I just feel like with no mana accumulator, it would take a little bit too long to get rolling. But it does have true damage instead of physical, so it does have a bigger range. One big advantage I would have over Black Manacles is it should consistently one-shot the second battle, whereas this weapon actually does not have enough damage to do so sometimes. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Really, I guess in the case of this week, it actually should because of Marilith getting that chip damage. But more often than not, it doesn't have enough. Hope you feel better soon, thank you. Oh, so we should be getting a bunch of the Halloween stuff for Gems of War next week. A lot of those events right around the corner. Actually, can we even still see the one in game? Did they end up delaying that by a week? Last I checked. Yeah, they actually did delay it a week. It was originally supposed to be next week's Monday. It was moved to the following week's Monday. That's fine. But yeah, it looks like they delayed most of that by a week. Oh, you know why? Because the patch isn't hitting until next week's Tuesday, most likely. And they need the patch before they could probably do the update. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Anyways, where were we? Let's go back to the class. Keep fighting that right over there. Alright, get our mana there, we'll take that. And it should be a dead. You read the DM about Moonstone? Oh yeah, they're adding a Halloween DLC soon. I'm looking forward to that. And a bunch more spirits. They also finally, as of the other day, fixed shiny hunting as well. We haven't actually gotten to stream it since then. The next stream for it will probably be this Saturday. The next week we'll probably stream the exact day they do the patch, which I believe is Friday and Saturday, so we'll do it then. But this week we'll just do Saturday, most likely. Let's have a little bit of time on Sunday, we'll see. Not quite sure yet what my plans for Sunday are. But definitely Saturday this week we'll go stream it. And of course, later tonight we'll have the video going up on, hopefully tonight, unless I crashed, or my migraine's a little bit too much to deal with. But otherwise, tonight we should have the video going up on the new faction tomorrow. By new faction, I mean new deep delve, not an actually new faction. Just a new deep delve of an existing faction. Genki has like 7 shinies now, so do I. I actually found 2 in the wild, and 2 using a newer method. And by tomorrow, maybe even 5 with that method. But yeah, I found an Eevee in the wild, or you know, that one thing that looks like Eevee. I found a little circle in the wild. I forget what it's called. It's basically Tangela, but their version of Tangela. And I found that one stone guy with the coin flipping thing in an egg. And I'll be finding a random other one in an egg. At minimum. Potentially a few more. Because the setup that we can do now with the fix that they made, you can get a shiny in like 15 minutes. It's pretty quick now. Like 15, 30 minutes, you get a shiny pretty consistently. You can only partially target with it, though. You can't target like a specific shiny. But you can target a specific typing. Which is going to be a little bit annoying once we reach the last, like, 10. Because those last 10 will take longer than getting, like, 30 shinies. But initially, it's pretty quick because every shiny you get is a new shiny. Though I did get the deer, like, 3 times when I was trying earlier. Because I have so many psychic types, it just kept giving me deers. We already had the deer. Though it is my favorite looking shiny, but I don't want repeats of them. I want one of each. Because there was a glitch that was in that game early on where you could get, like, infinite copies of something. Through one of the glitches that existed. So I don't really want repeats of them because they have, like, no value. Because even though I didn't get any through that glitch, if you have, like, a billion of them, it would just kind of be assumed that you used the glitch. So I want one of each. Maybe I'm dehydrated. I've been drinking plenty of water today. I've downed, like, 3.5 water bottles. And speaking of which, I always grab a fresh water bottle for the stream, and I only drink it, like, half the time. There we go. Good old refreshing water. But no, it was just how I was sleeping. Just did not wake up well. And it just stayed like that the rest of the day. I assumed it would go away after a little while. But nope, it just lasted all day. Once I go to sleep tonight, it'll be gone though. Shiny owl is all that matters. I tried going for shiny dino for like 30 minutes, but it wouldn't go. I just settled on the little shiny coin instead. But yeah, those egg shinies in that game are going to be really annoying because that's the only way you can get them. You don't even have an alternative. Like, you literally have to do that method. Even though that method is pretty quick, but there's like no alternative. I'll take that one over. I'm still kind of per week. And there's currently no infinite method. But I'm hoping they have some kind of mode or some kind of other thing that ends up doing it in the future. If you haven't already, Tower of Doom has it this week. From Tower of Doom, you end up getting, 7 shiny keys? Yeah, you get 7 shiny keys and 5 tokens towards the most recent shiny, which is that one useless Ice Stalker thing. I shouldn't say useless. It did carry us like crazy through that one event we just had, the Mist of Skills trial event. It completely demolished it when we got summoned. You don't get to start with it, but you do have the capability to summon it, and it is very good when summoned. In all fairness, almost everything is compared to default. Oops, I didn't mean to collect, but sure. This doesn't matter when we collect. Still too lazy to open your shiny keys? Well, the next best time to open them is going to be when the yellow infinite loop comes out. And do we actually know the date of that? Let me go check. Terran's World. Let me check. Return to main page. Troops. We might actually know the date when next shiny keys are worthwhile. Let's see. Let me just type in the word journey. Journey. There it is, right? What color are you? Oh no! Did they do it for centaurs? Wait, why is this green? Wait. They didn't do yellow. This is the second green one. What happened to yellow? Wait. What happened to yellow? What happened to yellow? Did they forget what color things are? Why is this not yellow? Maybe it'll change by the time it comes out. Wait, why is it not yellow? We already have green. Todd already does green. Wait, I'm so confused. Let me go double check. Todd is green, right? Am I going crazy? I know I forget some things over time. But I could have sworn he does green. Deal a bunch of damage to an enemy, then create a bunch of green gems boosted by war gear. Deal a bunch of damage to an enemy and create a bunch of green gems boosted by centaurs. Same thing, but centaur. There isn't even that many good green centaurs. Why wouldn't this at least be yellow? That's so weird. I'm kind of glad it's not yellow then, because maybe that means they'll give yellow to Strix or Divine, you know, something that's actually good, other than useless centaurs. But, yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, what even are green centaurs? Does that even exist as a category? Like, I'm thinking like Worldbreaker and, I don't know, what else? Is that the whole list? Green centaurs that aren't useless. Let's see, let's do it by base rarity. Let's see, how many are there? 1? Maybe 2? But yeah, I think the full list is 1. Plus hero. Plus the troop. So I guess you got 3 troops there. And then I guess put a Dragatar down. But yeah, it's gonna be like hero. Roadbreaker. No, it'll be hero, the new centaur, Roadbreaker, and then probably like a second centaur somewhere, so that new guy or something. Because Dragatar wouldn't really fit on that team. And nothing else here exists. So it's a pretty small list of what is actually usable. I guess you could maybe do a bit of a gimmick with Stargazer. But you don't really need the attack. If that did magic, it'd be worthwhile. You don't really need the attack in that context. But yeah, Centaurs is a really weird typing in this game. It has always had, like, no options at all. I almost forget it's even a typing sometimes. I wouldn't say it's the absolute weakest typing in the game. But maybe it is. I can't think of one weaker off the top of my head. There might be. But centaurs are really bad. They're definitely like one of the few worst typings in the whole game. They used to be dwarves way back when, but they actually gave dwarves a special trait that made them all kind of good. That one thing that has immune to stun and a billion other things. Ever since a bunch of dwarves got that trait, that didn't like make them meta, but it did make them, you know, at least like somewhat usable. And what's interesting is Hero ended up adopting that trait too. That's that one that all of the the stone hero classes have. You know, when you end up having immune to stun and all those other immunities, it's the same immunity that the dwarves end up getting. That ends up making dwarves go from pretty much completely useless to actually occasionally usable. Alright, 2 more, and then I guess we'll hand out a code. Clear out the other few things, and then we're probably just running XP boosters most of the day. This is one of those kind of catch-up days. Until this weekend, where we have the faction event. And the faction event does take a little while. As I was mentioning last Tuesday, too. Faction event is one of the, I would say, longer events in the game as far as doing, like, bare minimum for it. Especially the Tuesday version. Technically, the weekend one takes even longer. However, it's also across more days, so it kind of makes sense that it takes a little longer. Shiny keys, you forgot about those? Yeah, shiny keys, they really need to add more ways to get them. They are pretty forgettable because they're just a kind of a resource you just collect, and then eventually you cash them in here and there. But, you get them really passively. Like, there's no way to go out of your way for them. And hopefully at some point we'll have a method for it. I think some of the, shiny card animations actually look pretty cool. Like, as far as, like, the visual difference with them. And we don't really even have that many right now. Well, as far as how many we own, it's like, what, 6? Not even? More than that, because, we get one every single week, so maybe like a dozen or two. However, there's only like 40, 50-ish of them in the entire game. There's not that many. As far as like how many total shinies there are in the game. Though, of course, there will be in time. Also, I just realized we're sitting on 72 keys. That is easily enough to get it. Actually, I forgot what the exact odds are of getting to the second one. Because this breaks down to, what, how many tokens? This breaks down to every 5 shiny keys at least 1, but then you have those extra little bit of tokens. So it's like 1.1, 1.2? Which means every single shiny key is about 0.21 of whatever the feature troop is. So if you needed 20 of them, isn't that how much you need for a second upgrade? Because yeah, you would get the 5 during the week. No, so you'd only need 10. Hold up. Yeah, so if you only need a 10 of them, and you have a 0.21 chance, let's say 0.2. So every 5. So every 5 you need 10. So 50 shiny keys is enough to get on the week of a new shiny coming out. Because you'll get 5 from the event. Oh, shiny tokens for it. Also, why are these still sideways? But you get 5 shiny tokens guaranteed from the event. Like we did for that one eye thingy this week. And then you would need to get 10. So yeah, it would be around 50. Technically closer to 45. Depending on how you break down the 0.21. But we're talking like 45 to 50-ish on average shiny keys for one level 2 shiny. You also get a bunch of other stuff along the side. But we're just focusing on, you know, whatever the good new one is. But, because you will get a couple other ones, of course, upgraded while doing that. But yeah, it's 45 to 50 shiny keys on average. Could be less, could be more. In order to cash in for a level 2 shiny. And it does go to level 3, but there's no point in trying to go for level 3s. You'll just passively get them over time. It is 100% not worth going every way for. Just one lower mana cost. The biggest benefit that you get is from the second upgrade. Have I finished this yet? No, we did not. No, I mean, yes, we did. So let's go into the code, clear out the other dailies, which we don't really have that many, but we'll go take them real quick. But here goes go. Here's the first code of 2. I'll have the other one in a little bit. But there goes go. Maybe they make a shiny event or something. Who knows? Maybe they add it to Treasure Hunt. Come on, put something in Treasure Hunt. Treasure Hunt really needs unique currency. They love their new currencies. They need to do something to Treasure Hunt. Put some old currencies there that aren't like as easy to get in some ways. Like writs and the such. A few other things like that will be good to go. At some point, it must happen. And we already know the next 2 patches aren't going to be the map update. So that means the rest of this year is almost guaranteed not going to be the map update. Because next patch, we already know what it's going to be. They literally just did a video on it yesterday. The patch for after that, they said was a bigger patch, so we know for sure it's not a Treasure Hunt rework. And then the final patch of the year is generally something so small that's definitely not going to be a treasure hunt rework. So the earliest it could be is like the second patch of next year, if it is even going to happen ever. Eventually, soon TM. Anyways, what do we have here? Immediate silence. That is absolutely awful. Wow. That is horrifically bad. Oh, let me go cleanse. Fine, we'll go cleanse. That's not too bad. I'm still using Angry Mob version, right? Angry Mob does have immune to silence. What version of the team am I using? Oh, no, I'm using Angry Mob variant anymore. Never mind. Yeah, we'll go all in silence. I mean, all in cleanse. Though it did not trigger. Very unfortunate. Kind of needed that to trigger. A lot of extra turns on starting board, though. An absurd amount of extra turns. Somehow, neither of them cleansed yet. But at least Catharix is doing something for once. That rare occurrence where he actually learns how to get an extra turn. Doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it's actually kind of amazing. It's one of the reasons why he's actually good. As much as I love saying how low his extra turn chances, it is high enough to be viable. It is still kind of low, though. But it's high enough to be viable. He's still a really, really good troop. And would be even more so if the way that his gem spawned on the board was actually made sense. Because currently they can overwrite everything, which is why it seems like it has such a low extra turn chance. Well, because it does. But it's because everything's overwriting each other when he does his ability. And sometimes you get lucky and it doesn't. But a lot of the time it does. Also, I would love if this got cleansed, so at this point I don't think we're going to need it. That's a lot of skull damage, so ultimately will probably mean nothing. Good, he didn't get it. Perfect. And that's a good kill right there off of Catharix. Use Catharix for a Tower of Doom this week. Nice. Yeah, I opted not to just because the Doom itself has immune insta-kill. But you can still run stuff like that. You can still run like Iron Gut Catharix on yellow, well, technically yellow and brown for the Tower of Doom. The only big issue is just the Doom itself. But you can kind of get past that with Devour on Iron Gut. Not because it can be devoured, but because you gain a bunch of stats from the Devourer. So for quite a while now, insta-kill does hit through barrier. Ooh, that's bad. We lose? Not yet. About to, though. Any moment now. How we're still alive, I do not know. I shouldn't even be trying to fight out this fight. Even if we land Catharix, we could still lose immediately after. Even take mana. And he's denying my mana every chance he gets. Come on, we're so close. We're so close. Just a little bit more. Ooh, that better not hit the right target. How do we want to do this? I can't even cascade full mana or anything, though. Oh, hey, he went for the wrong one. Huge, but I still don't have mana. I gotta take every skull. If we somehow win this... oh, come on, we didn't surge, but we did get that. Okay, he didn't get skull. Okay, we could win with this. I just target you. Nice, nice. Wait. We're in one skull kill range, right? Oh no, because we took the thing, we actually have enough durability. We didn't surge there, though. Is there any skulls? Yes, I gotta take that. Alright, we won. What a weird fight. It was almost down to Leprechaun having to do it, too. There we go. What a weird fight. I'll take it. Alright, next thing. We did that. I think it is on the Spire time. Alright, let's go say hi to Underspire. So far this week we've been doing pretty good. I accidentally forgot to do it on one of the days though, but luckily your 7 torches per day carry over. I just wasn't able to buy any torches on that day. However, we still got our free 7, of course. So we are currently here. And we have found a door over there. So now we have a 4-way path. We can either go to this obvious dead end, up over here, right over there or down over here? I think Lester would be happy that I'm actually kind of considering the down option. The top left is also pretty enticing. I'm thinking one of these two. I'm going to go up first, and then we're going to go down. And if it's somehow neither, then it's probably over there because it's almost guaranteed not there. So we're going to go up over here because even if these are wrong, it'll still give us some data on the next section, depending on how it curves. So we'll go up first, and then we'll go down. And then we'll go right. And then it'll probably be that little corner that's like 100% chance that it isn't, even though somehow it will be. All that mana and somehow still not full mana. Hey, the 10% insta-kill. See, Assassin occasionally does it. It's such a low chance, but, you know, it does it sometimes. Ever so sometimes. Oh, I just killed it with poison. That's kind of funny. Had 1 HP left and died to the poison. Yeah, you could just loop Doom with Todd or something similar. Because we do have access to Green Todd. And apparently, Centaur version of it soon, too. Though Todd version is definitely going to be the better one. There's much better War Gears than there are Centaurs. Basically meaning the next Infinite Loop Journey Troop's basically going to be dead on arrival. Like, based on your restrictions, you'll still use it, obviously. Like, for example, for the World event that week. How deep are we? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're not deep enough yet, right? Yeah, we're not deep enough yet. This could still be fine. But, like, it'll be used a lot for the Underspire that week and stuff like that. But going forward, that new Centaur Infinite Loop is basically never going to get used. Also, I should have taken that first. Whoops. Just because Todd's going to be a better version of it. As far as what it does typing-wise. As far as their ability, it's the exact same. It's just for a different typing. And Centaur's is by far a weaker typing than Wargear. Not that Wargear is a good typing. But gosh, is Centaur just abysmal in comparison. Alright, this is 100% chance not it. This one could be it. Is it either a treasure room or the room? Let's see if it's the room. He's up is definitely double dead end. Up free Death Mark kill. Getting a lot of free insta kills. Though Assassin does do that. Has the highest amount of random kills out of anything in the game. Having Death Mark, insta kill on Skull, and insta kill on every kill. I think we just got it there. That or something did a little bit extra HP damage. Oh, it could have been from the purple we took from the board. Alright, Moment of Truth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is either a merchant or a boss room. Let's hope it's a boss room. And who knows, maybe next patch this could also be the dead end new guy, the new trooper, however he works. Not sure how we're going to go about scouting him. If there is going to be a certain strategy for doing so, or what exactly is going to be with that. But that's another thing that could start happening as of next patch. Which, not quite sure if that's going to be good or bad. It's definitely going to be free loot if nothing else, so in that regard, it's good. It's bad in the sense that we're going to be incentivized to actually find dead ends now. So that we could try getting all the legends. No! Well, I found something. It wasn't the right thing, though. Alright, let's go down. Then it's going to be over to the right, because you know it's going to be to the right. Honestly, I kind of want to go to the right now. I am pretty certain it's actually to the right here. Yeah, I'm going to the right. I'm not going to go down. We'll go down third. Let's see. We'll take that one over. Grab a green. Hopefully grab a green again. How do we just insta double kill? Wait, did I just Death Mark into a 7% insta kill? That's funny. Assassin's a really weird hero class. I'm pretty sure we just 10%ed into a 7%. I'm looking at the replay right now. Yeah, we just 10%ed into a 7%. That's pretty much Assassin in a nutshell. It does nothing until it does something. And when it does something, it does a lot of something. We had 10% chance that he died to Death Mark, and then him dying to Death Mark triggered a 7% chance to insta-kill the last slot. Assassin is a fun hero class. It's kind of outclassed by stronger classes these days. but it's still really good. It's just only occasionally really good in the sense that, only, like, 1 in 10 battles does it really do something. But when it does a lot of that thing. Multiple insta-kills. Yes, it's very sneaky like an assassin. You never know it's there until it just destroys everything. I hate both of these paths. This is double dead end, and this is, also probably gonna be dead end. It all looks like dead end. I'm just gonna go down. Oh, I left an extra turn there? I was looking at it, and it didn't seem like an extra turn, but apparently there was an extra turn just sitting there. Gonna poke that one. That's exactly why I didn't even have enough time to finish saying it. I said I was gonna poke that one because that one could die to a death mark. And guess what he did? He died to a death mark. And that one died to a 7% insta-kill. And that one died to just random skulls. One, two, three, four. We gotta waste so many torches to get there. Hopefully this one's the one. We were wasting a lot of torches in this section. We're just burning through torches, which I guess is kind of what torches do. Oh, this is that double Dust Devil fight. If this was Underworld, this would be really annoying. Luckily in Underspire, that effect means nothing. It's just mildly inconvenient, whereas in Underworld, it is the most annoying mechanic in the world. Because it keeps your team like that, so you have to wait till they move you along. Alright, Moment of Truth. Hopefully this is boss room. He can't be Merchant, so... it'd have to be a standard dead end or something. But based on how deep it's going, I would assume this is the boss room. Normally when they go like full deepness and you already found the Merchant, it's probably the boss room. Yep. Because I don't think normal dead ends can actually reach max deepness. Like a full 6 deep. They can like ever so occasionally, but it's pretty rare. Normally it's like a Merchant dead end or something. And probably starting next patch, it might even not even exist anymore because they might all get replaced with the new mechanic. So you might never have a 6 dead end that is ever a true dead end. If you ever get a 6 path, it'll probably always be, at least starting next patch, it'll probably always be either Merchant, boss room, or the new dead end loot room. We don't know that for sure, but that's probably going to be the case. If you ever go on a max 6, it'll always be something. It might not be the something you want, but it'll always be something. Oh, take that one over. Hit the Gem Dragon just in case it actually feels like winning. Highly doubt it will, but you never know. I keep forgetting. We have this thing that does 1 billion damage. It's the whole reason I even have it. I kept it as a finisher option. And then proceed to never use it as a finishing option. I kept it for that purpose, and I proceeded to never use it for that purpose. Because I honestly keep forgetting it's even there. Our whole team is basically just Marilith into Uriali. Or Book into Uriali, or whatever you call that thing. Then we just this tome. Which is basically book. Not the books, but a book. The books are, of course, the 6 Doom books used for Guild War. But there are other tomes in the game of varying usability. Hey, I actually got the revive. It's only a 30% chance, too. Oh, come on! That was only 25% chance! Any other RNG roll you want to get? Yeah, that's what the Basilisk is for. Whenever they get summoned like that, you just kill them out and you're good to go. Alright, 5 torches left, and we're in what, 4th section now? So we're making pretty good time, especially for the fact that we technically didn't do our battles on Tuesday. We still got our daily torches, but I wasn't able to buy any torches. So we're a little behind where we would be, but relative to how many torches we've used, we're on good pacing. It just means we're going to have to do a little bit more on Sunday than we normally would. Whereas I like you leaving as a buffer day just to make sure we have extra. Well, we should have enough with how it's going so far. Alright, 4 torches left. Fall highest level. What do we have? 8792. This one is the way. It's the Mongo of hero classes, just something random happens. No, Mongo's too random to be usable, though. Even if they gave it, like, the extra perks. Also, why did I take that yellow? I could have done that for Guarantee Marilith extra turn, but instead I removed it from the board for no reason. Still not used to Hourglass gems yet. Yeah, that was definitely a moment you would want to have casted Marilith, not swiped the yellow that did nothing. I can't wait till we actually get as a mechanic. I'm not sure, how many weeks do we have to wait? We actually know when the next one is, right? Let me just type in Hourglass. Type in the word hour. Let's see, what is the first Hourglass mechanic we're getting? Oh wow, it's not for a while. We have to wait till 17 days from now, November 6th. Deal a bunch of damage to an enemy, boosted by Hourglass gems. If an enemy dies, create 4 Hourglass gems, and gain an extra turn. Oh! Now that combination is good, but it's only on kill, though. Now this is the kind of thing we're going to be needing on Hourglass gem mechanics to make the match usable. Oh, this one looks even better. Hold up. Create 5 Hourglass gems and freeze gems. Oh, we finally have a consistent way to make freeze gems, well, other than, I guess, Chris Crinkle, because you technically got it last December. But, yeah, one of the winter troops we're getting this year. Well, I guess not quite, just for Glacial Peaks. But, yeah, they're actually adding automatic extra turn to it. I like that they're doing that, because they'd be kind of useless without it. Oh, but yeah, that is really good. And a 50% chance to, what rarity is this? Only epic? Gosh, I almost thought this was a mythic for a second. It's a green-yellow. Honestly, this might be the new meta right here. What am I looking at? It's not even the shiny troop either. It's not even the shiny troop for the week. But yeah, create 5 Hourglass gems and freeze gems. So 5 yellow, 5 blue. The yellows give you extra turn, the blues freeze the enemy. Gains auto extra turn, so as long as it's not frozen, which has immune to. Well, you know, if it doesn't get stunned off or cursed off. But if it doesn't get frozen, you just have that automatically. It uses yellow while creating Hourglass gems. And then there's a 50% chance to convert a yellow gem to an Hourglass gem when its turn begins. Which it looks like a couple of these things are getting as a mechanic. However, it's going to be particularly good on this one, given its ability is also insane. Oh, that's going to be nice. This, I think, is going to be the meta for Hourglass gems, then. Because I don't think this one's going to be good enough for it. Yeah, this will probably be, like, the troop you use for Hourglassing. The green-yellow from Glacial Peaks. And it uses yellow, which is huge. This one does too, but it has to be on kill, which makes it a lot more situational. As far as when you'd bring that out. But yeah, that's going to be really good. That's going to be the option for Hourglass gems. It's going to be even better than the Mythic. Like, the Mythic we get at the end of the season is worse than that troop. Though it's still pretty good, the one that we get at the end of the season. But that's going to be the way to do Hourglass gems, unless we get some other mechanic that's kind of similar. But that's by far going to be the strongest option. What was the name of the troop from Glacial Peaks? Oh yeah, let's go say troop art. We're going to be seeing it a lot. It's called the Daughter of Time. Yeah, we're going to be seeing this thing a lot. It's going to be, honestly, like the new Queen Mab of, like, modern day. Like, this might actually start forming the meta. It's actually going to be that strong. Like, Queen Mab way back when, like, if you wonder why Mana Burn is, like, an immunity, it's because Queen Mab. When stats were lower, Mana Burn was actually kind of broken around that time. And it was, like, on every single team. It's kind of funny that it's kind of circling fully back to Glacial Peaks as well. Instead of this time, instead of it being Mana Burn, it's Hourglass mechanic. While still having the freeze mechanic, of course. Because the freeze mechanic on Queen Mab was nice, but it's not the reason she was broken. It was actually Mana Burn at the time was the reason she was broken. And now this thing's going to be the same thing. It has freeze plus Hourglass gem. And the freeze is not going to be the reason why it's broken. It's because of Hourglass gem. While being yellow, while having auto extra turn. But yeah, they basically brought back the meta of Queen Mab in that thing. Like, a similar way that Queen Mab was broken is the same way that will be broken. Except that one will be able to infinite loop. Though Queen Mab still kind of was too. Queen Mab's also the reason why you need 13 gems. Because Queen Mab got nerfed in 2 ways. The first nerf was you actually need 13 plus of a gem to trigger any effect that's that mechanic. So you know how there's multiple troops that need like 13 plus, like Thrall, for example, needs 13 red on the board in order to gain the extra turn. It used to be 10, and Queen Mab was the reason why I got moved to 13. Because it was just so broken when it was 10. And the other change was Mana Burn immunity. Mana Burn used to just always hit everything in the game. I'm not even sure if Submerge existed at the time. It may have. But it used to hit everything in the entire game. And I believe Submerge also didn't exist. So Mana Burn immunity didn't exist. And Submerge didn't exist. So you were just able to spam Queen Mab forever. And back then, stats were way lower. So Mana Burn doing damage based on your current mana actually meant something. Whereas nowadays, it's like 0 damage. But back then, you know, even 10 damage was a quite a substantial increase to how much damage she had. And there's the door. And we'll go find the room next time. We don't have to predict too many, though. There's only 2 paths. And we'll probably still pick the wrong one. But anyways. Alright, so let's go check our tribute. Wait, it's been a whole hour already? Well, no, it hasn't. I took my tribute at a bit of a weirder time. Alright, so we have 3 XP boosters right now. I don't think I'm going to use all 3, but I do want to use 2 of them. Complete all adventure boards on a single adventure board. Okay, I do have to go out my way to go do a few adventure boards, it looks like. So let's go clear these out real quick. And then, yeah, start XP boosting the rest of the time. And as soon as we go clear this out, I guess we'll go hand out the code. Actually, I might as well go get it prepped up right now. Let me go get our timer, too, because we really need our timer. Let me go get that up on the screen. Figure out where the launcher is for it. Hello? Where is it? Right there. Oh, so I need to figure out what's up with my audio. I'm not sure why, but Gems of War is not producing audio ever since I was messing with it the other day. When we were flipping around a bunch of our audio levels. I'm not sure what's up with that. But yeah, when we do the video, I'll make sure it has audio. System sounds? Maybe? No. I'm not sure which one it is. My OBS being muted? Oh! I fixed it. I muted my OBS. And for whatever reason, that mutes the internal recording for desktop for some reason. That makes no sense, but sure. Because it's still getting my mic audio in. Yeah, Submerge did not exist back when Mab existed. So that means there was no Submerge nor Mana Burn immunity to counter her. Which is why she was so broken at the time. Plus, she only needed 10 of a gem on the board to trigger her effect. Whereas, of course, nowadays you need 13 for any similar mechanic. But those 3 things basically is what made Mab really strong. Lack of Submerge immune, lack of Mana Burn immune, and her extra turn only required 10 blues instead of 13. And that in combination made her the strongest troop in the game at one point. Though nowadays she's completely useless. It's kind of weird how many troops are completely useless, while still remaining almost exactly the same as when they were at their peak. Hello, Nick! Welcome, welcome. I think one of the funniest ones for it is Lady Saphira. Lady Saphira, with the exact stats and everything she has right now, at one point was the strongest troop in the game. Nowadays, she is completely useless and would never be used under any context whatsoever. Yet with the exact setup she has right now, nothing about her changed. She is now like one of the worst troops in the game. Like lowest 10-20%. Despite those exact stats making her one of the strongest at one point. Mostly because she had 1 true damage higher than anything else in the game at the time. Which was pretty substantial because we were dealing with like single-digit numbers. So having a one whole higher true damage poke was actually really good at one time. Due to how much wider her kill range was compared to other true damagers. Alright, we did that. Tyri actually used to be pretty good too because of skulls. I believe she had like the high skull value at one point at like 10 or 11 per skull. Which sounds really low now, but at one point was the highest damage you could ever do off of skulls at one point. Anyways, let's go hand out the code. And then, let's go start up these boosters. This will be the last code we hand out for now. And I've been slacking on these XP boosters, so time to go use some. Let's go use at least 2. I'll probably stall the other one for tomorrow. Of course, we want to use the ones that are most stated first, so we'll use these 2. And you know what? I'll claim both of them at once. Let's go click the claim all button. Let's make sure I have my thing ready. Get our Dust Devil. But yeah, we'll just use them both simultaneously. No need to really separate them. It makes sense with Paloozas because you get extra loot. But really no need to with these. We'll just do them. Yeah, Justice is still actually good. The only reason Justice isn't really used as much anymore is because they reworked how double gem spawns occur. And they got, like, super nerfed at one point. And still are in that super nerfed state. And there's the code we just handed out. Same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,000 treasure gold. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. And use that on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. I think Isabel just posted a link under the code. There you go. Anyways, let's go use both boosters. Start up the timer. It's technically 30 minutes on the clock. I need to get like a countdown timer rather than a count up one. Our current timer is going up to 30 minutes. Then we'll know when our XP is done. And then we'll probably call it there. So if anyone has any other questions, anyone want me to go over, any other anythings, do let me know. Otherwise, we are just XP farming the rest of the stream at this point. Until tomorrow, we'll be going over all of the weekly, not the weekly, but the, what would you call it? All the teams for the faction event, including a new Deep Delve variant, which hopefully we get a good one. Because I was kind of disappointed with what we got with City of Thieves. It was such a good layout that got a completely abysmal Deep Delve. It was the first time where I would say definitively that the Deep Delve variant was worse than the default one. But hopefully next week will be better. I actually can't remember. Oh yeah, it's Wild Court that's getting it. Wild Court. That's the guy with that brown-green auto-win troop. So pure faction for that place is pretty easy. Because him alone, one single copy of him is enough to solo the whole thing pretty consistently. Obviously, you'd want to put more team behind him than that, but one single copy of him can solo it all. No, we're not going to have tribute in the next 30 minutes. We just took it like a minute ago. It's not going to pop up in that time. But yeah, I guess that is a reason for not doing multiple back-to-back. Because you might miss some tribute time. But no, we literally just took tribute like a minute ago. But yeah, the Justice map team was really funny back in the day. I feel like a lot of people actually quit the game because of that team. Just because of how meta it became. The Justice Mab. Like, nothing was even comparable. Like, you either ran Justice Mab or you weren't running a real team. Like, that pretty much was the meta at one point for a very short duration. Actually, it wasn't even that short. I would say it was almost half a year. Where there was pretty much no team other than Justice Mab. Just because of how definitively better it was than everything. I was around the time I think we were starting to get Mythics, though, and that kind of started to change things. Because then we started to shift into Famine meta. Because I believe Queen Mab meta was right before Famine meta. I do wish Famine would get completely unnerfed, though. I would love to see what Famine at his peak would be like in the current state of the game. As in, give him back Jinx and give him back a 20 mana cost. Because the only reason he was so strong back in the day is there was no immune to mana drain. But now there are multiple ways to immune. You could blast, you can have a trait for it. There are multiple different traits for it. There are things that can't even get mana drain immune removed from them. Like in Rage Carandera and such. Or Leona's Tower. That not only can they not be mana drained, but you can't even like curse them to try to get the mana drain. Yeah, Famine was annoying, but he has so much counterplay these days that he's unusable in the current state of the game. They also got rid of that really cool mechanic with Jinx. Because Jinx isn't really good unless you could put 2 or 3 of them on your team. And with how few things have Jinx in the current state of the game, it's just really hard to do. And Jinx is also the worst it's ever been in the current state of the game, just because there's so many alternative ways to mana accumulate that Jinx would do nothing against. What Jinx does is it makes it less likely that you'll get a Surge off of a 3. But you need it twice because of how the masteries work. 1 does barely anything. Like, if you have about a 66% chance to Surge, 1 would bring you down to, like, 50-ish% chance. However, 2 would bring you down to, like, almost a little under 40%. So you get a lot of value from it when you start bulking it up. But very little value from it if you're only using 1. But the problem is, in the current state of the game, there's almost nothing good that has it. And back in the day, Famine was that good option. And of course, it's stacked with itself as well. So you could double Famine. Also, his stat reduction used to be a lot better back then, too. I think he has like a 3 stat reduction per turn. Which obviously these days is like 0. But back when Famine was first added, it wasn't like a huge number, but it was impactful enough to actually make a difference. Whereas a lot of mechanics like that just do a very small stat, do basically nothing with how high stats are now. Because it doesn't do it based on a percent or anything, it just does a very small static amount that has not been updated ever. So it's still the same as it was like 6-7 years ago, when stats were like 70% lower. Is it better to use the EXP boost on low-level Explorer than higher-level Explorer? Yes. The only thing that matters with EXP boost is how many units you kill. Every unit you kill, you get X amount of EXP. It's static per unit. It doesn't matter how hard it is or what difficulty they're on or how much stats they have. You just get a static amount of EXP based on just simply units killed. Which is why if you ever play a game where the enemy summons a ton, you may notice you get a lot more EXP for that battle. Because EXP is based simply on number of units killed. Which of course for a normal fight tends to be 4. Or for almost every fight tends to be 4. But, so it really just matters to keep winning as quickly as possible. So Explorer 1 tends to be good for that, since you can just one-shot it. With a good old Dust Devil, and if you don't have Dust Devil with Iron Hawks, there's always Rowain and other similar builds. It just happens to be the quickest way if you have access to it, though. You also don't need 3 Iron Hawks, you can get away with 2 with, Sister Superior, Dust Devil, and double Iron Hawk. I'm really glad they didn't get rid of the Dust Devil Ironhawk meta. It was a team that existed several years ago, and they nerfed it pretty quickly back then. But when it came back again, they actually didn't nerf it, which is nice. Good old power creep. It was too overpowered several years ago, but these days it's not overpowered, so they just added it back. I think they unintentionally added it back, but they knew they couldn't get rid of it, so they just left it there. I feel like it was kind of like how Paloozas were. Like, after they added it, I think they realized, oh, this is, like, way too broken. But then they kind of realized, oh, we can't actually remove this now, though. So let's kind of work around it. And one of the biggest ways that they've actually worked around this team was adding the Dragonite Gnome. The Dragonite Gnome has enough durability to always survive a Dust Devil hit in this context. As will always have at least 21 durability, even when it takes over a lower rarity thing. And this team only does 20 damage. At least with this setup. The other setup does do 25, but it's a little bit slower. What will I stream for the Halloween season? Oh no, I might just do the Halloween event for a bunch of games. Because I think Old School RuneScape just did their events. The one for Moonstone Island that we've been streaming has their event, I believe, next week's Friday. So a week from tomorrow. Gems of War gets their event in, what, 2 weeks from now? Not next week, but the following week. It was originally supposed to be next week, but I think it got moved to the following week. Which is a bit closer to where Halloween actually is. I don't know what other ones. Hello, Florian. Welcome, welcome. I don't know, any good Halloween games out there? I can't remember the last time we've even streamed a horror game. It's not generally a genre I ever play or watch. Like, every so occasionally. We generally just play all the grind-based games. All the games with endless grinds. And mostly turn-based stuff. Does Among Us count as a horror game? I think we streamed that once or twice. We definitely streamed at least once, of course. And I was never that big of a fan of Among Us. I tend to hate social games. Too much human interaction. Yes, and everyone would keep targeting me. Way too much. Though we did have a really fun moment in it, though. But otherwise, we just kept getting targeted too much while streaming it. I just realized we have another 15 minutes after that 15 minutes. I was looking at that timer. It's like, ah, we're almost at the 15-minute mark. I forgot. We actually gotta go to the 30 mark. Well, we'll leave with a big chunk of EXP. Not quite a level, though. Actually, let me see. Where's our bar at? How close are we to next level? You know what? We actually will probably reach that level now that I think about it. Oh, yeah, we'll take Glory Keys. Why not? Epic Vault Key sounds pretty cool if it was cheaper. I'm not sure why it's so expensive. I wonder if they would ever reduce its price. Because they have to have data that almost no one clicks on that thing. Oh, and they have a high data that everyone clicks on that thing. Purple Deeds, the most useful deed. Even if you don't buy all the deeds, you should always be getting the writs for gold and the purple deeds 100% of the time. Even if you don't buy all the other deeds, like the Imperials, which you should still do, and all the other colors, you should always go for the purple one. And of course the free writs. The free writs are just great. Like 20,000 gold for the however many writs it was. The 200 writs or whatever it was. Yeah, that's basically free as well. But purple deeds are just so needed. There are 4 purple magic kingdoms. It is by far the most important deed in the entire game. Glory Gnome. Come on, 1,000 glory. High roll. Ah, we got mid roll. 500. Nice we didn't get the low roll. Oh, so we've been doing so many of these EXP boosters, we've actually been gaining a couple Palooza scrolls. Of course, while those gnomes are a lot less common right now compared to vault events, they do still occur. They're out there somewheres. So we can still get verses and stuff like that, as well as any gnome to appear. Well, other than Pet Gnome. Pet Gnomes only appear in PvP and Arena. But aside from Pet Gnome, every other gnome is obtainable here. Including the Dragonite Gnome, Cursed Gnome, or the Cursed Gnome, whatever you call that one. Yeah, the Cursed Gnome. The Verse Gnome, stuff like that. All of the gnomes. Hello, Defiant. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Our first 15 minutes is up, but our next 15 minutes is just beginning, and we don't even need to click on it because we already used it. So I should probably double check that we're still getting the XP just in case I accidentally used one somehow. I'm pretty sure I used the move. We'll find out. If this battle gives us... Actually, let's check the next battle. If next battle gives us extra XP, we know it's still on. And it should. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't, but just in case. Let's double check real quick. Yep, that's still double XP. Oh, not with the extra, though. Because we're only getting a 212 right now. I'm so used to, like, the 256 or whatever it is during Guild War. Hey, now 212 still nice. Much better than what we'd be getting by default. Our default would be 106 if we had no bonuses at all. But I like these little XP boosters. They give you incentive to actually XP farm. Because in the past, it always just felt like a little bit of a waste of time. But if you're giving, like, double the value for doing so, you know, that's a little bit better. You're still only getting, you know, XP, but there's more incentive to it now with the extended rewards that they added, plus the level up stats they end up getting eventually. Which is always, like, the main draw of it, I would say, in the past. There's a few extra stats you get on a hero permanently. We still have two more to get. 1,900 and 2,000. I forget what the stat is at 1,900. I want to say it's HP or armor. But the one at 2,000 is magic, which is really, really nice. Still a ways off from that, though. Like, we're talking over a year. We're talking, like, 2025. Unless they add another way to get XP next year. We're talking 2025 as far as when we're hitting level 2,000. Because I'm in no rush to get there. Well, we're still going to be chipping at it, obviously, every single day. If nothing else, at least with the double booster. Because if we did that 15-minute booster every day for a year, we would almost quite literally be doubling the amount of XP we'd normally get. Because not only would you be doing the most efficient way to get XP for that 15 minutes, but you would also be, you know, getting twice that value for that 15 minutes. And given that 1 hour of us normally playing would be about the equivalence of us doing 15 minutes or just Dust Devil, yeah, we're basically doubling, in a sense, how much we would normally be getting per day, if not more. But it really comes down to what we're doing in a given day. Like, sometimes 3 hours is, like, equivalent to, like, 15 minutes of just doing this. It really depends if we're doing something quick or slow. Because obviously something like Guild Wars, for example. An hour of Guild Wars is like 5 minutes of this, not even. Like maybe 3 minutes of this. Just because you're gaining XP so slow. Whereas something like, I don't know, like a faction event. You actually gain XP somewhat quicker in faction events. They don't die like instantly, but they still like 2 wins a minute, 3 wins a minute. Which is only like 1/3 the speed of this. Well, not counting the double. In which case it would be like 1/6 the speed of this. If you break it down, you actually do get a lot of XP while doing this. You're getting 6 wins per minute, plus it's doubled. So what is that as far as number of wins? I didn't even break that down. Let's see, 6 per minute, times 15, that's 90. 90 times 2 is 180. So in 15 minutes, we're getting the equivalence of 180 battles. Which, yeah, if you break that down, that's a lot quicker than a lot of things. Like, for example, if we were doing Volky openings, we can win about 2 a minute. That's 120. Compared to 180 in 15 minutes. I don't know, what else? Guild War. Guild War for like half an hour is like 5 battles. Compared to 180 in 15 minutes. I don't know, what else can we compare it to? Underworld, I feel like at the quicker range you can get like 3 a minute. Which after like, what, half an hour is 90. 180 across the hour. Which is, if you did a whole hour of it, that's equivalent of 15 minutes of double boost. So yeah, you break it down, yeah. It is pretty much that much. Did we move up the bracket for Guild War? I assume so. We did pretty good last Guild War. I honestly have no clue if we did or didn't. But we did win almost every single day. So I would assume we moved up at least one bracket, if not two. Probably only one. Now you gotta ask Azala. Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure. I normally don't check at the end, and there's no way to just look at the guild thing anymore like you used to be able to back in the day. It doesn't tell you anymore. Like it used to. If I was to be a teacher, would I be a math teacher? I feel like I'd be bad at teaching math. Or anything. Well, maybe not anything. I feel like I would be bad at teaching math, though. The top 3 move up by 1. Well, the top 3rd and 2nd move up by 1. The top 1 moves up by 2. There are exceptions to this, but based on where our bracket is, that would be our movement. So 2nd and 3rd would move up by 1 spot, and 1st would move up by 2 spots. And if we did move up by 2, we'd actually be in top 5 again. Ooh, anything good here? No? Well, kind of. 3 Nishas would be great if it was free. Where's the angel with the Nisha drop? Hello, Earthbound. Welcome, welcome. Am I excited for the new FNAF movie coming out soon? I might go see it. I'm not sure yet. Oh no, I haven't really been back to theater since pandemic for the most part. But I might go see it. Was Xenos ever a popular troop? Nope. He existed for one purpose and one purpose only, to get an achievement. He has never existed for anything other than that. He is basically just for the achievement. He was never even remotely viable. Though if I'm not mistaken, he was added around the time when Zolgoth was still one cast only, rather than infinite casts. But for whatever reason, they never bothered buffing Xenos. They only buffed Zolgoth. Xenos has actually never been touched from what he initially was. Even though he desperately needs it. Yeah, he can't even be used for kingdom upgrades. All the Apocalypse troops are some of the most useless troops in the game because they're not associated to any kingdom. And they're all mythics. They're like the last things you would ever go for unless you just randomly get them from pure RNG. Xenos is the only one a little bit more enticing than the rest simply because there's an achievement associated to getting him. But almost everything from Apocalypse is pretty pointless. It was originally going to be combined with Cinder Mirage, but they then ultimately didn't end up doing that. So now it's just really useless. It could still happen. And if it does, it will probably be a double typing, where they're considered both Cinder Mirage and Apocalypse. Which would give them even more stats. Which they desperately need because they're not really that good these days. There's never been a point when the 4 Apocalypse troops were ever, like, viable together. Like the Horsemen of the Apocalypse kind of thing. Like, the team wasn't, like, horrific way back in the day, just because they were, like, the only mythics that existed at one point. Because they were the first 4 mythics. But they were never good together. You got Lord of Ravens and 50 keys. Nice. The movie has Nicolas Cage in it. Oh, gosh. I normally, like, pay no attention to what actors or anything are in a movie. Oh, also, we didn't actually end up getting that level. Wow, levels take forever. You thought you were trying to sell me on the movie? Oh, no, I'd probably go see it. I'm just not sure if I want to bother going to a theater to see it, rather than just seeing it at some later point. Because ever since the closer theater shut down, it's just really inconvenient to go to a theater. The closest right now is at the mall, but it's not really that convenient to get to the mall from where I am. And it has led to me basically just never going to the theater for anything. Oh, so that mall must be like almost a ghost town these days. Because I'm pretty sure almost never anyone would ever go shopping in there. Is that still a thing, shopping in malls? Do people still do that? In modern day? I guess some malls maybe, but definitely not that mall. That mall doesn't have anything particularly special. I'm pretty sure 90% of the people in that mall at any given time is in the food court. Like at the food court, because that's where the movie theater is and that's where all the food is. Which you need to not die. So, yeah, it's the only place people go. There's no need to go shopping in the rest of the place. There's like nothing there. Like 95% of the mall's like unused. Ghost town. And then this like the small little hub area where people gather. And our XP boost is definitely done. Yep, there it is. Well, we didn't gain our level, but that's for tomorrow night stream, I guess. We'll hand out code on that level up there. And we get that later. But I believe that's everything for now then. Tomorrow we will go... actually, I still have this other booster, but we'll save it for later. So tomorrow, I will be covering a video... Oh, we're still getting the pet next week. Even though the other event got delayed, we're still getting the Halloween pet next week. Ooh, nice. So this event got delayed by a week, but the pet did not get delayed by a week. And the reason this got delayed by a week is because the patch is coming out next week's Tuesday. The one that we covered the little video thingy on earlier during the stream. Or, you know, they covered a video. We watched the video while commentating on it on last night's stream. But, oh, I did not mean to click whatever that was. Oh, apparently we're doing a treasure hunt right now. That's not what I wanted, but anyways. We'll have a video going up, hopefully later tonight. That'll be going over all the teams for the faction event. Just gonna be for Wild Court. Basically the location where you just run that one brown, gosh, why is this actually being a good map? I'm just like randomly trying to take stuff. But, that's that one location with that one guy that like auto wins. That one brown, green that has barrier on Cass. Really good at not dying. Apparently I'm doing a treasure hunt real quick, so, here's a treasure map. I was trying to go through it as quickly as possible, but then it kind of became a half-decent treasure map, so you know what, we'll play it out a little. Let's see. Take that one over, grab the other 5 times. Gosh, we are still rusty on treasure map. I'm still waiting on that treasure map rework, by the way. Every single year. Until it happens. Eventually. I really want to see treasure map actually be like a viable piece of content again. Because I do enjoy doing it like here and there. There's just really little need to in the current state of the game. It is just such bad value. But, I don't know, I miss just kind of doing treasure hunt here and there. There's just so little to no incentive to do so in the current state of the game. Such a degree that we basically don't unless we misclick on it like right now. The most we played treasure hunt in ages, accidentally misclicking on it. Making us want to do it since we're already here. Also, that's not where I need that. I need that to fall. You know, I'll move that one over. That moves that red chest near where it needs to be anyways. I'll grab the wrong one. Oh no, we got doubled 5 times. Unfortunately, don't get any value from that. I need to do something with all these silver coins. What are some of the silver coins? Still need to get the rest out there. So we can start getting something going on over here. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how we transition into a treasure hunt, but, misclicks do that sometimes. Alright, we'll end on this treasure hunt then. How far are we already? We already did the 64 plus. We got 1 volt. We can get double volt. I don't feel like we're gonna have enough turns, but we're getting a lot of 5 times there, so you never know. Oh, wait, why'd I move it that way? Why did I think that would do something else? Okay, we got another red down there. I'm sure it's gonna be enough to combine it with everything. Doing that doesn't really do anything. I'm gonna do it vertical and see what we can get. Not much. Can't really do that. This gets us a gold coin there. That can collapse down there. Can't do anything over there. I guess I can move the other one over. We'll stick that one for now because it makes us get that there. Running out of moves here. Running low on moves. Oh, there's 5 times right there. Let me grab that. Get into another 5 times. Alright, another 5 times. Any more 5 times? Another 5 times. Go once, go twice. Alright, we can get another red chest over there, but it's not going to be low enough to combine with the other red chest. But I can move it over here, and then that will be low enough to go combine with the other red chest. So we'll do that. Move that one over. Move that one down there so that one combines. So that one's kind of close, but it's not going to be close enough ultimately because the other one's not going to be able to get close enough. Because I need that one to combine right over there, and it's not going to combine over there, and then we're going to lose before that even happens. We'll take that over. That's not the way I wanted that to combine. I can move that one over so we can take that, which allows us to do that. Which gets all that into a bunch of value, into an extra turn. And then get another green chest there because I need a ton more. I can't cascade that. I need something to happen like right there. That is not the way I wanted that to combine, but we'll move that over. Maintain our turn. I could take that, into that. But the problem is it's not where I need the chests. Like, I can get a red there, but that red there doesn't do anything. Or does it? You know what, I'm just gonna do that. And then we lose. There's not much left. It's too far away to do anything off of it. And there's no real location where we can really get something going here unless we get lucky off of sky. Thank you. Alright, anything else? Anything else? Anything else? I can't get a cascade there. I can't move that over. We'll try that to see if we can get the other thing down low enough. We're not going to be able to. We can't get anything over there. I can try this vertically. It's that bag. I can't move that over there. I can get that bag, but there's no way we're going to get double bag from Sky. That's not going to happen. It did not happen. Because it was almost like impossible for it to happen. We got that random thing from Sky. I can get another bag right there into a green right there, but that doesn't do anything for us unless we get double gold, silver from Sky. No, we got single silver! So close. Anyways, any good loot? Any good loot? Any good loot? Hey, some gems. Hey, 2 gem key. We actually did get the good loot. Look at that. Now, if we got this like every vault, it wouldn't be that awful. Look at that. 2 gem keys and 2 gems. Nice. Some of the better loot that you'll get from it. Anyways, I'll wrap it up for now. Random treasure map at the end for misclicking on it. Let's see. What would make Treasure Hunt worth playing? They need more unique loot in it. Like, we need writs in there. We need, I don't know, anything. Any modern currency. The most modern currency that you know how dated this mode is? The most modern currency added to Treasure Hunt is trait stones. Back when trait stones were added in version 2.0. That is how dated that mode is. So, yeah, it could use a little update there. Actually, did they add ingots to it? I don't remember. I don't think they did. But, yeah, I think trait stones being added was, like, the most recent one. It could really use, you know, some more resources that are actually used in the current state of the game. But, it's still pretty good for gems if you wanted, like, infinite gems. But it's only, like, 50 to 70 per hour. Which, compared to Tribute, is just very low. When you can just take Tribute for almost, like, 30 gems an hour these days, this late in the game. But anyways, guys, I'll catch all of you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hour and a half prior to now tomorrow. And aside from that, yeah, we'll have the video going up hopefully early tomorrow, going over all the faction stuff for Wild Court. I'll catch you guys then. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.